I know that none of us feels like we have enough time for meditation. And I always felt like that too. And then I heard something from one of my yoga teachers in a class that I was taking that really changed my perspective on finding time for meditation, mindfulness, gratitude, any of those kinds of practices. We were in this class and the teacher was being very hands-on as far as showing people how to be in poses. And while she was doing that, it meant that the rest of us were standing in whatever particular pose we were in at the time for quite a long time. And sometimes that was getting fatiguing to our legs and our shoulders. And after this had happened for the majority of the class, one of the students, who I think was feeling really tired, finally spoke up and she said to the teacher, "What are we supposed to be doing while we're waiting?" And what she meant was, what are we supposed to be doing while we're waiting for you to get finished helping this other student? And the teacher said, oh goodness, there's no waiting. There's no waiting in yoga. Every time we're in a pose for an extended period of time, there's always an opportunity for you to be exploring how your body feels in this pose, to be exploring how the breath feels in this pose, to be exploring how you could clear out the mind while you are in this pose, how you could move muscles in a different way to explore this pose. And that always stuck with me. And what I found was that even outside of yoga, there's lots of waiting. Of course, I would find myself waiting in the line at Target. I would find myself waiting in line at the grocery store. I would find myself waiting in line at the dentist's office, waiting in traffic to get out of a parking garage, waiting to get out of the city on the outer belt. And before, where those experiences of waiting often felt like frustrations, they felt like a waste of my time, they felt they gave me some anxiety. What I started to do was to shift those into opportunities for me to practice gratitude, to practice breath work, to practice mindfulness, to practice clarity of mind. And slowly, as I built up that habit of using these periods of waiting as times to meditate, I started to see waiting as a gift. It was a gift of time that some outside force was giving me, and I now had the time to do that meditation practice that I had always wanted to do. Not only did I start meditating and practicing gratitude more, it also allowed me to shift my energy. There's a lot of times during the day when you'll find yourself waiting. And so if every time you find yourself waiting, it is an exercise in frustration for you, that's a lot of frustrated energy that you're putting out into the world, that you are kind of like putting into your mindset. So this is an energy shift from frustration to positivity, clarity, calmness. It's kind of like the opposite. So you're taking all of that negative energy and switching it to a more positive place, which is setting a better tone for the rest of your day. So I invite you to explore this shift in thinking about what it means to be waiting. And I would love to hear how that goes for you.